Hi Santa Fe families. I miss you so much. I'm going to read a book to you today. And before I read the book, I just wanted to say, like I said, I miss you so very much, but we'll get to see each other very soon. Anytime you're feeling lonely or you feel stuck inside, what I like to do is grab up my favorite book and grab a family member and read it together under a nice warm blanket, or just grab your snuggly blanket and grab your favorite book and look at the pictures and try to figure out some words and maybe make up your own story to your favorite book. Today we are going to read Our Tree Named Steve. It is by Alan Zwiebel, illustrated by David Catrow. Our Tree Named Steve. Dear kids, a long time ago, when you were little, Mom and Dad and I took you to where we wanted to build a house for us to live in. But in order to build there, men had to come and clear the land. You'll have to excuse me for some of the interruptions. Ellie's upstairs playing with Daddy. I remember there was one tree, however, that the three of you couldn't stop staring at. Adam thought it was crying. Lindsay said it looked nervous. And Sari, who was only 2 years old, couldn't pronounce the word tree and called it Steve. I love you, Steve, she kept saying. And then Adam and Lindsay started saying it. And before too long, Mom and I got the hint and asked the builder to please save Steve. The day we moved in, Steve was there to greet us. He quickly worked his way into our lives as a swing holder, target, third base, hiding place, and jump rope turner. And whenever our dryer broke down, he held our underwear with pride. Yes, right there in the center of our yard, this weird-looking tree grew to become the center of our outdoor life. Through all our barbecues, campouts, dance parties, or when Adam and Lindsay started getting crushes on the Simon kids next door, Steve adjusted to our every need. And it wasn't always easy. Standing tall through snowstorms in winter, and when Uncle Chester napped in the hammock, couldn't possibly have been fun. Not to mention the time the sewer overflowed and Steven sucked up all the smelly water before it drowned Kirby. Poor dog. Then got so sick himself that the tree doctor had to give Steve a haircut that made him look like a big thumb. Through the years, Mom and I have tried to show you, in a world filled with strangers, the peace that comes with having things you can count on and a safe place to return to after a hard day or a long trip is. Through the years, Mom and I have tried to show you, in a world filled with strangers, the peace that comes with having things you can count on and a safe place to return to after a hard day or a long trip. Which brings me to the point of this letter. Last week, a storm hit our area. And though we spared Steve's life a long time ago, this time we couldn't save him. Are we sad? Sure we are, but even in his final moments, when he couldn't have fallen on our house, or he couldn't have fallen on Sari's swings, Kirby's house, or Mom's garden, Steve performed his last trick and protected all of us to the very end. And friends like this are hard to find. So, when you come home from Grandma's house next week, Steve will not be able to greet you as he's done in the past. I'm sorry, but please know that Steve will always be with us in our hearts, in our thoughts, and in a different tree at the other end of the yard. See you next week. Love, Dad. See, it looks like they made Steve into a tree house and the tree across the yard. So Steve is always with them. The end. This is one of my favorite books because it says that you can always come home and everybody's always with you wherever you are. Just like Santa Fe is always with you in your hearts. So anytime, like I said, anytime you're feeling sad or you miss Santa Fe, just grab your favorite book, grab a family member and a warm blanket and sit down and cuddle. I'll see you very soon.